Hello folks, a very good morning. I hope you are fine, well and good. So in this video analysis, we will be discussing things like what is ChatGPT, which recently comes into our uh, uh, into our technology. Okay, so we'll be discussing that, and we'll be having a clear understanding regarding what actually it does and how actually we can respond to different technological events with respect to the technology which has been invented. Okay, so without making any delay, I'll be beginning the session with you, and if you really need this, I will be sharing that PDF too with you all, such that you will also getting an information regarding what is ChatGPT and how actually we are responding to this. Okay, so first and foremost point is that here it is already written. Okay, so it's a chat box. Okay, so usually ChatGPT is a chat box. Okay, and it is been launched by OpenAI in the month of November 2022. It is also built on the top of AI OpenAI's GP, or we can say GPT family. Okay, GPT 3.5 family. Okay, of large language modules, and is fine-tuned with both supervised and reinforced learning. Okay, so it has been supervised by two, that is reinforced and reinforcement learning and supervised learning mode of learning techniques. Okay, so the second number point, which usually says that it is a prototype which has been launched in November 30, and quickly it gathered the attention of detailed response and articulate the answers. Okay, across many domains of knowledge. Okay, even it is uneven. Okay, factual accuracy was identified as a significant drawback. Okay, so it's uneven factual accuracy. Okay, uneven factual accuracy was identified as a significant drawback. Okay, you can also visit this and have your response there. Okay, so coming to incident response of ChatGPT, so we'll be discussing about this. Okay, so incident response, how actually we are going to respond any kind of incident which has been there or which is comes into our knowledge or acknowledgements. Okay, so how to create incident response. Okay, we all as a we can say we all, if we all are here. Okay, so we all are here to learn something, we all are here uh, to fetch the knowledge. Okay, we are having open source platforms. Okay, so that's there, from there we can also get every details. Okay, with respect to that also we can learn, but here we'll be discussing certain things in a pointific manner. Okay, in a phaseal manner, in a stepwise manner, such that there will not be any kind of confusion in your mind. Okay, so whenever we are going to deliver something, we must be more precise in our learning, and we must then should have to know the things, right, in the form of technological innovations. What are the recent technologies been invented and how actually the technology has been working, what are the negative and positive aspects of that technology, so those all comes into that. Okay, so let us begin this session regarding the ChatGPT incident response. Okay, create incident response process. How to usually create a incident response process in ChatGPT according to that. So there are different steps, as we know. So incident response process is a set of procedures, okay, that an organization follows to respond, okay, to any kind of cybersecurity incident. Okay, it is usually designated or designed to minimize the impact of incident and restores the effect of systems to normal operation. Okay, and as quickly as possible. Okay, so there are some steps. Okay, so there are some steps, okay, to follow when creating an incident. What are the different steps usually we follow? There are 6 steps usually, and they are usually identity the scope of process which we usually does. Then after, establish the incident response team. Okay, establish that, right, whether it is a red team, okay, or blue team or gray team, any team they have been processing, right? So we can say positive team in a very precise manner. If I say the defensive team, blue team. Okay, so then after, define the incident process. Okay, define the incident response process. Thereafter, usually try to implement the incident response tool and technologies. Okay, whether it is a SIMS or anything, IDPS, intrusive detective preventive system. Okay, so those all comes under that. Then after, trust and exercise the incident. Okay, and the test and exercise the incident process, and the last step is review the and update the incident process. This is the phaseal steps of how actually we are going to analyze an incident or a response, how to create a response. It is also even important to note that okay, incident response process is not an one time activity, okay, but rather it's an ongoing activity. It is just like how actually using, we can say, in a geographical manner, we can say renewable energy. As we say, if we continually use it, it is not going to end. That is the reason why we call it renewable, right? In the similar fashion, in the similar way, why cannot we say this activity is an ongoing process? It continues because it doesn't end. The incident doesn't ends at a specified time. Okay, there is someone who is going to play something in their role and want to do some kind of activities such that you cannot even know what kind of activities he or she has been doing, because our hand never stops, our learning never stops, our activity never stops. Okay, so something, somewhere, somewhat we usually do that. That's what human intention is, that's what human technology is been for. Okay, then after contaminating the malware. So when we discuss about contaminating the malware and how to contaminate malware, according to chatbot analysis, according to that, we usually involves in steps to prevent the malware for spreading to other systems. Okay, usually does like how actually we prevent an attack, prevent different kinds of identity which has been observed in the environment, any kind of environment. Okay, so containing malware involves usually taking steps to prevent the malware, okay, from spreading to other systems or network. Okay, so here it has been written, containing malware involves what? It usually involves for taking steps in to prevent the malware, okay, from spreading to other systems or networks, and to limit the damage it usually causes. Okay, so there are some steps, okay, so there are some steps that you can be following to contaminate that malware. What are the different steps? One is isolate the infected system. Definitely the first thing is to isolate the system. Then after, identify the source of the infection, where the root cause is. That is what here it is written, identify the source of the incident. Okay, so as antivirus software and other tools usually determine how the malware is entered into the system and which other systems of the network may be at risk. Okay, so then after, identify or remove the malware. Okay, definitely we does that once we comes into doctor's area or any we can say any practitioner's area. Definitely he is going to cure us by allocating or locating the area of where it is started paining or where it is started damaging our body, right? So it usually stops that, and it usually they usually stops that and gives such preventive measures to cure that incident or to cure that damage and make us more fine and make us more durable in any specified time. That's what here it's been written, identify and remove the malware. So then after, restore the system from the known good backups. That's what I said, make him proper, because he's already infected with something, right? So then after, patch vulnerability. That is what about we'll be discussing. Patch vulnerability is what it does. It usually identifies the address of any vulnerability that maybe has been exploited by the malware to gain access to the systems. Okay, so this may involve applying patches or updates, or usually starts implementing an additional security control. Also you can say monitor to the system for any further activities. That also is been a crucial part for contaminating the malware. Okay, so then after, threat correlation. What actually the threat correlation is all about? So threat correlation refers to the process of analyzing and combining multiple threat related events, okay, or indicators, or in order to identify potential threats or vulnerability. Okay, so there are several methods. What are the several methods which is usually been used for threat correlation? The threat correlation can be based upon 4 rules. That is rule based correlation, statistical correlation, then after machine learning based correlation, expect based correlation. That's how actually we usually correlate something, or threat correlation method usually comes under. Okay, so this correlation can be a valuable tool for identifying potential threat of a vulnerability, and it usually protects that. Okay, so I will not be lagging the video much more long, such that you also get bored regarding the listening to these all things. Okay, so let us make it more interactive with you all. If you face any kind of problem, any kind of hurdles, let me make yourself free, right? I am here to take the things positively. Even though if I am wrong, I am just apologizing for that. If I am right, just start asking questions. Maybe I may not, maybe I am right or wrong. I will definitely try to answer your questions with respect to the condition which I am in, and with respect to the time, whenever I am been available, I will definitely reply you. Okay, I do not even have any LinkedIn or I can say any social media to interact with you. Here in the chat box, you can, here in the comment section, you can comment. If I am right, you can write. If I am wrong, you can also write that. There is no problem in that. So this is all about today's information, folks. I hope you have enjoyed the session regarding this. Okay, we'll be in the upcoming videos, we'll be discussing further. Okay, so make a note that I have discussed up to 6th slide. Okay, and there are another 26 slides. It means nearly 20 slides have been pending. So I hope the session will be important for you. Thank you.